Last night we did the wide receiver look ahead at the depth chart for those guys with the impending additions. You guys like that? You asked for us to do it with the offensive line. You ask, we do. So let's go to the board and just map this out. It's going to look totally different than what we did last night with the wide receiver core, because I think this one's a whole hell of a lot more up for grabs, especially now with Jared and Dylan off to the NFL. All right, here we go. So I've broken this down into knowns and opportunities. Okay, Curb? So we're actually going to break out the Benjamin tonight.
The Benjamin?
The Benjamin. My kids came down here the other day, Kirby, and they like to doodle on the board. Okay, so we let them doodle on the board. They showed me something I had no idea about Epic Pen. Okay, check this out. Did you know that if you press this button, you get all kinds of different color options?
Yeah.
I didn't know this. I've been using Epic Pen for 5 years. I think we used Epic Pen when you were my original producer. We've been using Epic Pen for a long time. CTE brain. All right, let's get after it. Let's do it in blue. All right, so we're going to break this down, like I said, into knowns first and foremost. So let's talk about the knowns in this room right now. First and foremost, you have one offensive tackle that you know for a fact next year will be starting for you. That man is named Monroe Freely. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about him. I imagine you feel some type of way after the last performance. I'm sorry. I thought he played really, really good as a redshirt freshman this year at left tackle, a really hard thing to do, and immediately popped. As soon as he got onto the tape against Tennessee, I felt like he had a really, really good football game against an NFL football player. The other known that I think you know right now, okay, is an offensive guard position, Micah Morris. Now, you'll notice I don't have a left or right indicating right here. I don't know which one they're going to put at. If I had to imagine, both of these guys are on your left side tomorrow, starting in the spring. Okay. The other thing that I feel like you know right now, okay, and some people are going to feel some type of way about this because of the last name, but you didn't watch tape this year. He was really, really good when he got asked to play. Drew Bobo is a known right now at the center position. I think as of right now, January 7th, looking at the roster, we know Drew Bobo is going to be starting at center to start the spring. Now, those are the knowns. Now we go into the area where we're kind of looking for options, right? Let's look at the tackle options first and foremost. Okay, the offensive tackle options start and begin with a question mark. What is the status of Ernest Green? Is Ernest Green going to go to the league? Is Ernest Green coming back to Georgia? Is Ernest Green going to play offensive guard next year? There's a lot of questions about Ernest Green. Is Ernest Green healthy right now? Is Ernest Green going to get to play in spring? Is he going to have to go through some offseason surgeries? What is Ernest Green's status right now? Overall, he's our first question at offensive tackle. Right after that, you go to the big fella, Ja Jackson, okay? Now, the reason Ja is here for me is because I ain't never seen somebody not play football from 8th grade to sophomore and freshman in college and then be a 2 against Clemson to start the season. Did you notice that? When they got into mop-up duty against the Clemson Tigers week 1, Ja Jackson ran out and played left tackle. That to me was kind of like an eye-opener, like a whoa. All right, we need to pay attention to Ja Jackson. By the way, I'm putting these in the order that I think they're going to end up, okay? At least to start the spring. I could be right, I could be wrong, but this is what my intel tells me about the depth chart currently. Right after that, we got to talk about a guy named Bo Hughley. Okay, Bo Hughley is an offensive tackle that was a top 100 prospect out of Langston Hughes. He is 6'7". He's got really long arms. Here's the problem about Bo. I don't think Bo's going to reach 300 pounds during his time at Georgia. Ooh. I don't know. And maybe he is because he's 6'7", but he seems thin, okay? And Georgia don't play thin normally. So Bo's got to put on weight. Bo's got to eat this offseason and put on some good muscle mass. And if he does so, I think he's got an opportunity to play. Now, a body that I know is a good-looking body that I don't know will ever, play at Georgia is Jamal Merriweather, the kid out of Brunswick, Georgia. If you look at this guy in pregame, he looks gorgeous, doesn't he, Kirby?
He does.
He looks like a ball player, okay? So I like him, but I don't know nothing about him. I ain't never seen him really play meaningful snaps, nor have you. We only see what we see. All right after that, I think you have to talk about whether or not Juan Gaston is ready to make an impactful portion or impactful, play on this roster. I think he's going to be really, really talented when he gets to Georgia. The big question mark for Juan and why he's here, weight loss. Can we get from 388 down to about 355 by the time spring comes around. That sounds like it's insane. Y'all don't remember what that 2024 class did with regards to losing weight. Those guys got it down and got it down quickly. After that, we're going to talk about some 2024 guys that were hurt this year. Marcus Harrison, the kid out of, he's up north. He's not out of Mass, is he? New Jersey?
I don't remember.
Somewhere up north. Marcus Harrison, he's a big monster as well. He's 6'7", maybe close to 6'8". Are people making fun of my handwriting yet? That's another question to be
calling it a shorter helmet handwriting.
Yeah, shorter helmet.
But I got to be honest, it's pretty good.
We got Nair Daniels down here. I'm going to be honest, down from this category, those are all interchangeable. That's all what you do this offseason, what kind of moves you make on the roster. Let's go over to the guard options, okay? OG. All right, let's talk about it. I think first and foremost, looking at a potential starter this next year, Daniel Calhoun. All right, Daniel Calhoun was a borderline 5-star offensive tackle prospect coming out of Walton High School by way of Centennial. Massive addition in that 2024 class, was the blue chipper that you felt like you had to have. Competed against Alabama and Tennessee. Competed against Alabama and Tennessee for that one. Landed him. And Texas. You got to see if this is one that's going to be ready to play this year. He traveled with you guys this year. He was in the mix. I would imagine he practiced with what we call the varsity or the travel squad. He's got to be ready to play, I imagine, coming up this next year. They like Michael Unai. Are we going Uni or Unai here?
I think it's Unai.
I think it's Unai as well. You know me, I'm a big Nigerian bloodline guy. Michael Unai checking boxes. Michael Unai, fun story about Michael Unai. On his official visit.
Oh, I've heard this one.
Yep, most people, maybe some people watching tonight haven't heard this one. You'll love this one if you're a lunch pail folk. Michael Unai on his official visit, they couldn't find him at like 9:45, 10 o'clock on a Friday night. They're like, where is Michael Unai? We got to find this guy. Well, coach, he's like 6'6", 330 pounds. Can't be hard to find. So they go down into the hotel where the recruits are staying. They find their way into the workout facility. Michael Unai is on the treadmill getting a grind in at 10 o'clock at night on his official visit. That's the way to earn some brownie points with the coaching staff there, Michael Unai. Let's give me some Marcus Easley, but Marcus spelt with an R and a Q. Marcus Easley right here as a guard option. I thought he might be like a Broderick Jones type tackle, but I think he kicked into guard immediately once he got there to Georgia. This might be one of those swing players. Might be on both of these lists, so pay attention there, okay? On to the next guys. We're talking about young players, okay? Donnie Glover out of Langston Hughes, an absolute road grader and just a mean SOB. Liquor drinker, as we call him around here. And then Mason Short, I think, starts his career as a guard and then has an opportunity to maybe swing out to tackle like an Xavier Truss. Really clean eval right there. A lot of bodies. A lot of questions, right? Not a lot of playing time in this mix from anybody, right? You got an experienced football player here, a one-year starter here, some spot playing here, and some spot playing here, right? But we got a lot of questions going in here with a lot of talent. Certainly some other programs feel a little bit worse about their standings than Georgia, but a really good job. By the way, you know what you don't see on this list?
I don't see like a plug-and-play Xavier Truss type guy.
I don't see a swing player, all 5 positions, you're right. We didn't talk about centers. The other backup centers are Malachi Tolliver and Cortez Smith, the true freshman. Okay, but what you don't see on this list, in my opinion, is sophomores and juniors. No sophomores and juniors. Okay, sophomore, gonna be a junior. Sophomore, gonna be a junior. Sophomore, gonna be a junior. There's 3.
Is Merriweather, or is he a senior?
Gonna be a senior, I think.
Okay.
But that y'all, we've talked about this on this network. That 21 and 22 class were just not good enough for Georgia standards, and you're seeing it right now. There's going to have to be some guys step up and play good football in 2025, no doubt. Is this are we going into a year where your offensive line seems like one on the offensive side of the football that's got the most questions?
Yeah, I mean,
first time, long time.
You lose 3 stars, and you combine that with the fact that overall, I'd say the unit had a disappointing year in 2024. Like, there's a lot of questions coming into it. So yeah,
900 racks to coach that room. Gonna make you money this year. Are we good here?
I would say we are.
This is gonna hurt my heart. See you. All right. Did I give you the cursor back? I think I did. All right, ladies and gentlemen, where are we at? We are loaded. That's where we are at. We are loaded. Oh, notes are upside down. All right. Kirby, what were the problems? Bless you. What were the problems in 2024 for the